stop shortly. It'll be a first photo walk. And from there, we will go down and do the shop tour. Afterwards, we'll proceed down to the very southern end of the railroad Highland Junction. For those of you who are knowledgeable in talking about railroad maps. At that point, we'll start heading north again. We will be making a pit stop at the station. We'll go to Naugatuck. Probably at that point, we'll take a little lunch at the house. We will then proceed north again, over again, up to College. Somewhere along the way, we'll try to decide the best spot because of the light and the footing. Will be at least a second, possibly a third photo walk. So enjoy. If you have any questions, you'll see all the people in uniform. And I can show you the one around here as well. The picture is also
about it every time I watch you go by. I'm kind of 9 o'clock train to the mountain.
Into the shop now. Many of you know me, you know I am kind of shameless when it comes to fundraising. Please pay particular attention to the 529, the New Haven Arbors Tree that's supposed to be good farmers left here.
there any open windows right now as you rotate away from the trees and also in our trees?
junction, which is milepost 0 on the Naugatuck Railroad Company. You'll see the line coming in on the left side of the train, the east side. That is the Highland, the New Haven Highland branch, which goes through Plainville, eventually ends up joining with Amtrak in Berlin. It is our interchange track, originally Pan-Am, Southern, CSX, and now B&W. And we'll be stopping here, getting off on the west side of the train. If you're facing forward, that's on your right. And it'll be another photo opportunity. Coming up on the other side of the train, you'll see a siding that goes off into the woods. That is a spur, it goes across the river to another one of our customers, Albert Brothers. At the moment, we are going to head north now, non-stop, to Thomaston Station to pick up lunch. Tried doing on Amtrak once on the California Zephyr one. Still had Dutch doors. Oh, I gotta get my ass chewed out. Yeah, so you can't stand there. You know, you can't. Yeah, I know. Amtrak's a different interest, but it was nice.
the bank department found out he was doing that, saying, no, you have to do the 3 weeks. And they, I guess they other are that
Looks like it's more Johnson than
Relative, it's relative, because each one, some of the, we're hitting different parts of the track at different times, and then I would imagine there's also differences because it's much more far.
Because I was sitting over there watching this thing, and this thing's all over the place.
Yeah,
Now I'm sitting in this thing, and I'm looking at that thing, and that thing's all over the place.
well, because they're not the same, so they're oscillating, and they're also probably oscillating differently because of different springs and different,
It's a completely different ride.
yeah.
Way different.
There was a point about halfway down that we were going to blew nuts.
I'm saying for them.
Yeah, like it was, I wouldn't even look at that direction. Well, I had before. Yeah. Yeah.
We're having our general membership meeting right now.
I mean, but that's like, I think we talked about this last year. Like, for a while there, we were doing
Text messages.
all of the field with the same community. We have since done 3 meetings in 3 remote locations. And a special and it's
That's really a best practice.
and we've gotten to see different layouts that were like, you concentrate on the location. So, next year we're
Sure made it more dynamic.
Oh yeah.
Some of the
Try and
places
get the
where
same
it
people
comes up
in the clinic, in the same building.
Right.
Um,
I mean, like, we had that period of time where Jeff did like 6 clinics in a row. And then I did like 4 clinics. And Steve Meyer did a clinic every month for so like, and then we're going to you quickly run out of layouts in Hartford. This is a good alternative. We can do different things. The young man in the purple shirt, he's actually from Vermont, and they only have about 30 members. I didn't realize they were that small. But he's actually interested. He was trying to get their division to do a dual meet with another division, and we've been looking at that. So, do something in like
Go up there.
we do something like Upper Western Mass or like Southern Vermont, and like meet in the middle, do like an all-day event with like us and Green Mountain. So, something like that with different people, different layouts.
That's a good idea.
Do something different.
Do something different.
Because at a certain point, like I know when I
And we're clear of the road mileage passenger excursion stuff, so if you need to, you can open your windows again. Thank you very much for your cooperation. John Gamm has been fired. He's no longer your announcer. Sorry, everybody. Anyways, this is Orion, passenger operator director for the Naugatuck Railroad, and we'll go over a little bit of history and point out some stuff here on our way back to Thomaston for a brief stop. We're passing Foster's Chocolates right now. This is where the Chocolate Decadence tour goes to. In this area, it's slated for a brand new high-level platform in the next year.
Yeah, that building right there that we just passed, chocolate store. They do a lot of special events here too, like we can,
There's another one this afternoon.
yeah.
I don't believe they're making money.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Excursions are making them.
Oh yeah.
Bringing you.
I mean, it'd be cool to run.
Hey, we're going to be passing DA siding. DA was the first freight customer of the new Naugatuck Railroad in the 1996 operating season. They used to take a 3-section tank car on this siding. It's now used for storage of some of the surplus equipment that does not fit in the R&E shop complex. Also, what makes this unique is the overhead pedestrian bridge between the two factories. This is only one of two, I believe, like this left in the state of Connecticut. On this track we have some high-cube Conrail boxcars, a Boston and Maine 50-footer, a New Haven flat car with RS3 trucks on it, a Maine Central boxcar like the one at the station, and a decrepit brush cutter. And we're going to be going through Chase Yard. This whole complex at one time was the Chase Metal Works. In the New Haven Railroad days, they had a dedicated yard crew just to come up here and serve Chase. This is where the beginning of the Naugatuck Railroad started. This was the original home base before we had the shop complex and Thomaston Station. You'll see some rails stacked up on either side, getting ready to go into the track. Also on the road side, looking towards the factory buildings, you will see a Boston and Maine caboose, which was part of the wreck train recently donated to us by CSX Transportation, as well as a 1910-ish USRA Boston and Maine wooden boxcar, which was recently deaccessioned and is going into a backyard of a private owner. Okay, we're going to be going at a nice speed here. All this rail was recently replaced and brand new ties all the way through Frostbridge Road. Doing this special, we don't generally do this, but to give people an idea of what a regular freight and passenger train would have been like back in the New Haven days. And we're going to be passing Frostbridge Transfer Facility, the biggest freight customer of the Naugatuck Railroad. Here, construction, demolition, debris, and scrap metal and all that good stuff is sorted inside that big building, loaded into rail cars, and shipped out to Ohio and Michigan to fill in old strip mines, and the cars are sent back empty. And the process repeats itself. Once again, Frostbridge Transfer Facility, all that rail inside is actually from Italy and is brand new as of about 2000. The majority of the freight on the line runs from here south to Albert Brothers and Frostbridge. However, there is a few sporadic customers on the north end.
Very close to the track.
We're going to be crossing Jericho Bridge once again over the Naugatuck River. Make sure to be on the lookout for a bald eagle that frequently hangs out in this area. We saw him yesterday. There he is, actually flying across the river right now is the bald eagle. See, I was not lying. It was at this spot on July 4th, 1849, across Jericho Bridge here in the little house that you can't even see anymore, and it might not even be there. Over in the hillside was the house of Jericho Incliffe. On July 4th, 1849, this was the first time a passenger train had reached this location. A train was run at around 7 in the morning south to Bridgeport for a 4th of July celebration. That was exactly 175 years ago.
There's a harmonic that's close to it's essentially.
Then we'll be passing the Thomaston shop again at like Mach 10, but you may be able to get a glimpse of some of the equipment you couldn't see from the ground.
We are. I mean, to them, their track is not going good.
Right.
Where the town of Thomaston got its namesake. That was the Seth Thomas Clock Factory, and now houses the Clocktown Brewing Company. That'll be just across the river. We'll get a nice little view of that. Also, the old steam plant still in service, and that's located just next to that building, which generates all the heat in the wintertime. The owners of that property are good friends of the railroad and continue to supply us with some nice custom-made beer. Alright, we are going to be making a brief, once again reinstating this, brief stop at Thomaston Station to load food on board for those who ordered food ahead. Once again, we'll be making a brief stop to pick up food for those who ordered ahead. The order ahead will be loading those onto the carts and coming through the train to distribute those once we're underway. If you need to use the restroom, you can also briefly step off and use the restroom before we continue north to Torrington. Once again, this is a brief stop. We're going to make this quick.
He's saying we can get off the water. He didn't say that.
boxcar, as well as a recently donated Boston and Maine wheel flat car from CSX. Passing that right now.
That's the big one, that's in the tough shape. Both of those are.
Yeah.
I found that rolling steel property.
We're now going to be going uphill for the next about 2 miles. It's about a 1.25, 1.5% climb all the way across the Thomaston Dam.
Trailer. It had Penn Central. Penn Central. Last time I knew it was still there. I tried to take a picture of it with my phone, but I couldn't do it.
That's where I took those pictures of the station.
Yeah.
Did I send you pictures of the station in East Berlin?
Yeah, you sent me a picture of the bridge. Yeah, that other one too, yeah.
No, the station.
Yeah. You sent me the bridge, Field Street.
Oh, maybe at the same time?
I think so.
Oh,
I think it did.
yeah. I tried walking closer, but I started walking and walking. Yeah, I went walking.
One time I saw, when I went by one time, when I was working, I saw, I had a pickup truck right there.
Where?
On that,
Bridge?
yeah, on the area there.
High railroad?
No, I was just looking, there's no rails there.
Oh, okay.
I think it's all private property now, all that stuff.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that train station. This was that Berlin steel itself. Steel guy.
Oh, not the East Berlin one?
No. That's the Berlin Bridge company.
Yeah.
Now this is Berlin Steel.
Oh, I thought East Berlin Bridge worked into the steel.
There's a big place over there called Berlin Bridge. They rent it out a lot now in Amtrak.
Anyway, it's in a different
It's
location.
by the old railroad station. In Berlin,
Yeah,
the one that burned down,
yeah.
you go in there, then you get,
Damn.
you go in there, then you get to the,
Well, we're not going to Bill's.
I thought they did. That's the dam over here.
Go.
I can see it. Oh,
Here we're going across the face of the Thomas Dam. If you look straight up, you'll see a high tension power line directly across the valley. Below that is Thomaston Station, where we just were. We're going to continue our uphill journey for about another mile as we enter the North Cut. In spots, the rock is over 100 feet above the track. All of this track is new after the flood of 1955. The track was relocated to its current position, and the Naugatuck Railroad is the only railroad to go across the face of an active water dam. There's discussions of designating the Thomaston Dam and the right-of-way of the track through it as a civil engineering landmark. If anybody wants to model this piece of railroad, please let us know. Once again, Campville Road underpass coming in. And this would have been the village of Campville. In the trees, down in the fields, you can kind of see there's some openings and fields and stone walls. Give you an idea of what was here at one time. And we're going to be crossing the little brook of Spruce Brook that comes down from Litchfield, Connecticut. That's the town we're in currently. We're also nearing the division post called Old Line Junction, and we'll point that out when we get there, where the old rail line meets up with the current realignment. Once again, Spruce Brook. And coming up on the riverside, you'll see a flat area directly below our area with some gravel in it. So in between us and the river currently is the old grade of the Naugatuck Railroad, which was abandoned in 1958 after the realignment. So that flat gravel area between us and the river is where the track followed the river down towards Thomaston Dam. This is an area we call Old Junction, and this is where the line would have met up, right about this spot on this curve. From here all the way into downtown Torrington, we're on the original alignment once again.
I don't know if we'll do another photo run by in Torrington or like this spot out here we'll do. At least we can do that.
And this is going to be the sharpest curve on the entire railroad from Waterbury to Torrington. Then we'll enter a small rock cut called Grotto. This was hand done in 1849. And the clearance here is very close, so make sure to keep all your ligaments inside the train.
Is that the right word? I'll think that's the right word, but I know what you meant.
Yeah, no trying to get the instant picture.
Yeah.
You can't hang off the side.
Yeah.
Once again, we're going to be going through this rock cut. Please keep everything inside the train.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And we're now clear of the rock cut. Coming up on the station side of the train, we're going to be passing the East Litchfield Station site. This is where the East Litchfield Station was at one time. This is also, we have records of the troops from the Civil War that marched down the hill from the town of Litchfield to board the train here to go fight in the South. Allegedly, the building that looks like a New Haven building, because it technically is the original scale house for the coal and fuel depot that was here. That's going to be the cream color and brown building located right next to the tracks. Like I said, allegedly the original scale house. No evidence of that. And right here is the original Litchfield Station site. That siding was the original coal and oil dealer siding, but it's actually still in service, and we haul power transformers up here for transload. And we're going to be coming up on Agway, Blue Seal. It's actually now the stockyards. We'll see a cool old Erie crane in the pond on the station side. Both of these were customers of the Boston and Maine Railway when they operated the line from 1982 to 1995. You'll also see a Maine Central boxcar on a disconnected sidetrack. That's part of the Blue Seal building. That is on the parking lot side. As we pass the power station here, this is the town line between Litchfield and Torrington. Up down where all the cement trucks were, or are, was an old scrapyard with a switch that led down into that area. Very hard to tell now, but you can still see some parts of the ties and the derail in the woods. That was a big scrapyard, another customer of the New Haven Railroad. And we're crossing Vista Drive, which originally was named Dump Road because the dump was on top of the hill. Now it's a Vista. Would you look at that? And if it smells like garbage, that's because it is. We're passing the current transfer station located next to the old dump at the end of Vista Drive. So as Dale just informed me, we have a great vista of the dump. All right, as we approach downtown, this is going to be some fast-paced history lessons, so stay tuned. Coming up on the parking lot side, once again, you'll see a new track and a siding going into a place called Mountaintop. This is a new siding that was recently installed for a transload facility. Once again, that new switch and side track coming up. See, it's the switch stand hasn't even been installed yet. I believe this was the old Turner and Seymour complex, where on either side of the track you'll see there was rail, even some old bridges. Coming up on the parking lot side of the tracks as we cross Gulf Stream is some equipment also owned by us that is stored up here. Going through the list is a tank car, which isn't public yet, but that's going to the East Broad Top to be converted to narrow gauge because it's an original and it's a duplicate in our collection. So that's going to be at the East Broad Top. We also have the dump car, a New Haven Gone car, a Metro North Tower car, which will convert into a flat car, 2 Pennsylvania coal hoppers, a drop bottom Gone car with trucks in it, and an original New Haven 40-foot steel box car. And another tank car, because why not? And that's the Torrington Area Model Railroad Club right next to the tracks. That's also used to be a customer of the railroad. There used to be a siding in there. And that now houses the Model Railroad Club. Used to be a pole transload facility. And we're going to be crossing Albert Street, the last New Haven original crossing on the entire line between Bridgeport and Torrington. Once again, this is the original New Haven crossing, which may be short-lived here as it looks to get upgraded due to a street replacement. The building on the station side with the gray faces and the blanked-off walls also, once again, was a customer of the New Haven Railroad. That green field we just passed next to the tracks, also a customer of the New Haven Railroad. That actually burned to the ground about 15 years ago and was I believe, a meat packing plant which was served by boxcars, but O&G was using it for tire storage and it caught on fire, and apparently you could see the smoke all the way from Bridgeport. This was the last customer for Guilford, Boston, and Maine, whose customer service wasn't that great, so eventually they decided they were done with rail. And we're going to be crossing Summer Street. one of only 2 overpass bridges on the line. You can see the abandoned tracks on either side. We'll be making another brief crossing. And then we're also going to be crossing the Naugatuck River for the final time on the highest bridge on the line. Right here at this location was the original station for the Torrington. This was a nice big sandstone building, original New Haven. It was demolished around 2008. And as you can see, we have the finest mattresses in all of New England discarded next to the tracks.
The finest mattresses in all.
If this guy was sleeping in the cab of his pickup truck, he certainly isn't now. You can see in the weeds, it's actually still connected. We occasionally park track equipment on it. As John Gamm informed me last year during one of these trips, apparently this was a kit, and one of the model railroad companies made a public dock modeled off of the Torrington public dock. This is your typical northeastern public dock. It's the only one left on the entire line.
Yeah, there's your typical model railroad dock.
This area here, you'll see on the station side, and a lot of back and forth. The station side, you'll see an old warehouse. Once again, another customer, abandoned track over there. But the coolest thing about this area is the property that was purchased next to it. Is the old Kelly Coal Company, which now houses Family Propane. You'll see a restored Reading caboose on this track, as well as the original scale house. And we're going to be coming up to a stop right at the bumper. And once again, we'll have an opportunity for everybody to get off, get a photo opportunity. And we will reboard and begin our journey south. Here in Torrington, we got propane and propane accessories. And an Airstream trailer attached to a caboose. How about that?
What's that angel scale model building
The guy's name is Frank over there, so if he's out when you're taking pictures, make sure to say hi to Frank. And if you look in the abandoned trees when you're off here, you can see the old track going in. That caboose is actually at the end of the old siding. There's some old coal pits still in there. This runaround was rebuilt in the summer of 2020 so that we could once again restore service up here and use the runaround. With the addition of the SPV car and the cab car, we will not be doing that today. But it comes in helpful with special moves as well as freight gives us an opportunity to put the engine on the other end when going south. today on this very exclusive and special event. Those 2 photo run-by stops, by the way, we've never actually done before, so that was pretty cool. Even for our own people, we haven't done that. When you ride back to the station, the restrooms and gift shop will be open. If you feel so inclined, if you can, stop by the gift shop, say hello to Stuart and Joan. All proceeds from the gift shop directly benefit the Railroad Museum, and that's what primarily funds the painting of equipment around here, such as a snow pile and some other items. And yeah, that's the majority where all this magic happens, is from the revenue from the trains and from the gift shop. So if you feel so inclined, stop by. They got some nice new items in there, actually. For those HO scale modelers out there, we actually just received 2 days ago an Atlas order, and that's where those really nice Main Central S2s and the Lehigh and New England S2, they come fully loaded from the factory with DCC and sound. As far as custom items go, we also have our Lionel exclusively produced boxcars. There's a select amount of those left. Each one comes with a card signed by, I had to think about this. Each one comes by a card signed by Howard, and each car is numbered. There's only 150 made. So those are some cool model items in the gift shop. There's also a nice, there's also a very nice custom wooden FL9 available in there, as well as, you know, your living room cannot be completed without an FL9 pillow customly produced for the Railroad Museum in New England. So if you feel so inclined, stop in. And here's Sean Gann, everybody.
I've been rehired. I just want to say personally to everybody here, I hope you all had a great day today. I certainly enjoyed it myself, and coming back, the Naugatuck Railroad does some really interesting special trains. You know, wine and chocolate trains, whiskey, tequila. You're getting the theme here. And I'll just echo what Orion said about the gift shop, which is sort of slowly morphing into a hobby shop, except the proceeds go to restoration. So, also, I think a lot of appreciation has to go to the staff of the Naugatuck Railroad Company. Howard Pincus, who's the engineer today, who you may finally get to see when he gets off at the station. Orion, who you just heard, Kevin, and many others have done a really great job today, and so a lot of thanks goes to them. So again, thank you all for joining us, and I'll see you all on the station.
Fair enough. All right, have a good ride.